Yeah, so the 25 mark questions only take 12 and a half minutes a pop. Well, the ones that, so for every 25 marks, spend 12 minutes on the question. So the first 6 questions are usually 25 marks each. So you're going to spend roughly 12 minutes to the question. Then towards the end, if it's a 50 mark question, that's 25 minutes. If it's a 75 mark question, you could be there for 37 and a half minutes on one question, okay? So that'd be just over 25 minutes, okay? Now, let's begin. An earthquakes occur under the sea. Great. They cause large tidal waves called tsunamis. Scientists estimate the arrival time of tsunamis to nearby countries using the can estimate the arrival time of tsunamis to nearby countries. The average speed at which a tsunami travels is given by the following formula. This is S equals the square root of G multiplied by D, where S is the speed of the tsunami, so that's your speed in meters per second. D is the depth of the ocean, and then G is 9.8, which is gravity. Find S, the speed of the tsunami, if it occurs at a depth of 200 meters. This, 2,000 meters, this is a gimme. All they want you to do is put into your calculator your G value of 9.8 and that your D is 2,000. And they'll give you some nice marks for that. Okay? So it's really handy question. And what we get is 140. Okay?
But do you not for speed, do you not differentiate?
No, it's not a differentiation question. It tells you that the equation is speed.
Oh, right.
So if you read the question, it tells you that the equation is speed, so you don't have to do anything to it. Okay? A tsunami has been identified beginning 400 kilometers from land. The depth of the ocean is 2,000 meters. Find how long it will take for the tsunami to reach land. Give your answer correct to the nearest minute. All right, guys. Would you agree with anybody? Remember the next thing is with the DST triangle is that we're looking for find how long it will take to reach land. How long is a time question? Blur out time, and you're left with distance over speed. Your distance is 400 kilometers from land. We want that in meters. How do you going to get that in meters? Multiply by 1,000. So it's 400,000 meters. Okay, this is your distance. Now, what speed are you going at? Remember, the depth is 2,000 meters. The depth in your first question was 2,000 meters. So how fast is the tsunami going? The speed is 140 meters per second. So you have to divide by 140. So 400,000 divided by 140. And you get this number here, what's it? 2,857 seconds. 2,857 seconds. Will I get full marks for this? Why? Nearest minute. What do I need to do next? Divided by 60. And 48 minutes, do you? 48 minutes. Are you okay with that? So you can see the first 2 questions, although heavy in language, are quite basic. Okay. Rearrange the formula to give D in terms of G and S. Now this is where a bit of S equals square root of GD. Now, we want to get D on its own. Now, what's stopping us getting D on its own? What's the really big problem here? The square root sign. Anyone in the class know how to get rid of a square root sign? Square it. Square root of anything. If you square it, you're essentially multiplying it by itself, and you're essentially ridding yourself of the square root sign. Square the left side, what you get? Square the right side? GD. Now, G is multiply on the right, which means it'll be what on the left? Divide. So it's S squared over G equals D. And you're done. So that's B part 1 done. You're just rearranging the formula so that you can get D on its own. Okay? That's chapter 1, exercise 10 we did that on. Okay? So we did stuff like that. Ready to move on? Okay. Now we're on to B part 2. Oh, we did that already, yeah? Hence or otherwise, what did I get again? D equals S squared over G. Hence or otherwise, find the depth of the ocean at a place where an earthquake occurred if the resultant tsunami was a speed of 55. Okay. Depth equals speed squared divided by gravity. What's your number for gravity? Your G value? Gravity never changes. Still 9.8. What's our S value? It was 140. What is our current S value? 55. So essentially it's asking you 55 squared divided by 98. Or sorry, 9.8. Okay, what you get? 308.67 meters to the nearest meter, 309 meters. 309 meters of depth. Are you alright with that? Move on? That's it? Alright, brilliant.